What's good, y'all? So I'm trying to make sure this shit is in focus because last time I recorded it and it wasn't focused on me, but it looks like it's pretty much in focus. Hello everybody, I'm Nick Johnson. Welcome back to my Nick's Journeys channel. I am titling this video, I'll probably do like last moments of 28 or something. It is an hour and 35 minutes away from my birthday. I will be 29 on December 19th, 2025. I really just wanted to document this moment because I feel like I should document this moment. I feel like everybody should document these significant moments, but I really just wanted to take some time to reflect on everything that I've learned and experienced through chapter 28. It's been a hell of a year. Honestly, I've done a lot of the things that I said I wanted to do. I started off the year posting like very consistently on like TikTok and social media. And I ended up starting a show called Grassroots where I had people on, have conversations just about like this life experience thing. But I think one of the biggest things that I've learned or I've taken away from this chapter is just like the discipline, like discipline and how far it can go to just be disciplined and to act on your ideas. And I don't want to make this video like a lecture, but I really just want to like get out everything that I've experienced. So beginning the year, I read a book. I believe we read that book at the beginning of the year, but it was like No More Mr. Nice Guy, and it kind of set me on this path of understanding my own value as a person. Understanding that I am, bro. Am I in focus, bro? Okay. Understanding like my value as a person, understanding certain negative traits that I've had that didn't allow me to really get into the life that I wanted. So within that process and overcoming a lot of the things that I had going on, and just evolving past a lot of different things, I learned and I became a better person gradually, by really embracing my ideas, embracing who I am as a person, and just taking that shit as far as it can possibly go. Like, one of the things that I really picked up throughout this year is to not be ashamed of your obsession or like your obsessiveness when it comes to the things that you want in life. The things that I want, I really want to go after, and I think that it is imperative to all of our journeys, like mine specifically in this moment. But I really just learned that, it's okay to go after what you want despite what others may feel. People may laugh or may joke about the level of discipline that you apply to the things that you want, but that doesn't matter. And I think the more I grow, I don't like to use the term older, because I just look at it as a term. I'm growing. It's even like with this whole age shit, it doesn't feel like, oh, I'm 29, because I don't like to look at it like that. I don't like to look at living my life based on the clock that society is setting for me or the things that should be going on at 29. I live it based on my growth and my personal trajectory for where I am going in my life and what I feel called to do in any given moment or at any given time. So within this moment, but I also kind of do abide by the principles in terms of setting markers for myself. Like I said, okay, 28 was cool because I started so many different things and I really saw myself obsess over things that I know will take me to the next level of my life. So even like with posting on TikTok at the beginning of the year and then now, like, all these things lead up, like the breakthrough doesn't come in the beginning, because a lot of times I can admit, even me posting a lot of those videos on TikTok early on within the year, it definitely wasn't a waste of time, but it took me to get through so many different reps to realize, okay, maybe I need to just scale it back a little bit and just become more intentional about the things that I'm saying, and understand who it is that I'm talking to, understand what it is that I exactly want to say. So yesterday I posted, I got to thinking about that. Mind you, I'm like 72 and a half hours into a water fast, and 72 plus 48. Damn, I should know that. What's that? Damn, fuck it up. Math was my favorite. 72 plus 48. 72 plus 38, that's what it is. Or like 120 hours. I don't know, bro. I'm tired. I don't know. But I'm like 120 hours. Bro, what's 24 times 5, bro? Damn. 120 hours, right? So I'm like 120 hours into a liquid fast. I haven't eaten since Saturday. But like 72 hours into this fast, I'm gonna break it tomorrow morning around 9 a.m. after I go do my body scan. Because one of my goals was to get to 5% body fat. Now I was floating around like 10% just off of everything that I was doing. But I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go for that last 5. Because last time I checked, without even fasting, I was 7. I was 7.3 or some shit like that. And then the week prior, I was like 9, but then I think the week before that I was 8, but it went up because of Thanksgiving. So yeah, that's one of my goals tomorrow. So I haven't eaten because I want to see myself at 5% body fat. I really want to see that shit, and I want to see how I feel. I feel great, by the way. Like yesterday was the second day of my water fast, and I was very much sluggish. But today I had like a boost of energy. Like I was in the weight room doing my regular workouts. I'm talking like, nigga, 70-pound incline chest press. You know, I'm only 160 fucking pounds. You hear me? So doing that. But just I love the progress that the obsession about my goals has allowed me to make. That's really the point I want to drive home, is one of the biggest lessons that I've learned. The more I indulge in myself and actually going after my goals and the things that I want to do, despite, you know, the criticisms of the world, which is another reason why I think I'm an only child. So a lot of the things I just kind of keep to myself, but I really just like block out the world and just get to fucking work, you know. And I don't really care for the opinions of other people. You know, I listen to the people that I admire and the people that I respect. But for the most part, I'm just thinking about, okay, what it is that I want. I don't need no distractions. I'm going to just go for it. Getting back to the point, I had a video. It didn't go like crazy viral and shit like that. But it's sitting at like, last time I checked, it was around like 1,200 likes on TikTok. And it was a video that I made intentionally. I knew what I wanted to say. And I thought it out. You know, it was very much a well thought out video, and I did it, and I was like, oh wow, the quality. And as I'm listening to it, I'm like, oh wow, this is a viral video. So it's no surprise to me that it did what it did in terms of its performance amongst the people, and it's reaching so many people, and the comment sections are full, and I'm replying to the comments, but people are just commenting like facts, and also giving their opinion on that. So it's like, bro, I'm making progress, and I've learned that no matter how slow the progress may feel, I am still making progress as long as I'm moving intentionally towards the things that I want to do. Another thing, like today was a very much bittersweet day. We laid to rest one of my great aunts, Elma, today, and we had a funeral today, and it was very bittersweet because obviously, you know, losing a loved one is always a heavy experience for everybody, for the family. But I say it was sweet because although it was a down moment, it was so beautiful to see all of my family together, which even made me think like, bro, I really want to spend more time with my family, because I feel like we miss so much. We miss out on so much of each other, you know, seeing each other years. Like I haven't seen my cousin, Miranda. I haven't seen her. I asked her, I was like, damn, when's the last time I seen you? She's like, damn, it's been over probably like 8 years. You know, probably like 8 years since I've seen her. You know, I've talked to her here and there, but I haven't seen her in so long, and her sister as well. And it's just like, all of my family, you know, these people that I love dearly, you know, and I don't get as much time to see them. Even the little cousins, you know, it's amazing to see them grow up, as I haven't seen them for like over a year. Like they've grown up and they've changed so much, but it's always just love there, and I want to really be able to experience that love on a more frequent basis, and not just with that side of the family, but with my family in general, and the family that I've accumulated over time that aren't, you know, my biological family, but just like the people that I know and I love. I really want to get to a space, and for some reason, I really feel a sense of responsibility as I am observant of all these things. I don't know if anyone else is observant of these things, but I feel a deep sense of responsibility to be the one to create that dynamic. You know, I really want to create that because it has been created for me as I'm getting back close to this family, and I feel like I owe it to my family to go out and be the best that I can be. I've probably said it many a times on this channel, but there's something about being around family and people that just love you, you know, and support you and take pride and, like, you know, are proud of you for being who you are, that really invigorates the spirit, you know, and really gets you to believing that you can be whoever it is or whatever it is that you want to be. So it's always fun to take that energy. I'm just trying to make sure I'm in focus, because this shit was tweaking the other day and it would have me all foggy and shit. But it's always a good experience, and I'm learning that that's what really matters, bro. That family experience and that love that you share amongst the people that you've grown with over time, and you want to continue along that path. So like I said, it was a bittersweet moment, but it felt so good to see all of my family and feel the love and give the love to all of the people that, you know, I love dearly. I think my heat just turned on because it's cold as fuck. But what else have I learned through this year? Like discipline, like physically, I'm in the best shape of my life right now. Like sub 10% body fat. Fingers crossed I'm at 5. I'm pretty sure I'm at 5% body fat, but I'm gonna go do the body scan tomorrow, as I've been checking in on myself every week, holding myself accountable. But I'm just learning how much that accountability and discipline is creating change within my life. It is changing my social interactions. I've become more of a social person, being able to cultivate relationships with much more ease, and it's just like a natural flow because I'm whole within myself, and I poured into myself, you know. So I have no problem showing up in the world because I'm not even like fuck the necessarily. I'm not looking for validation from anybody else, which allows me to engage with people from a more solid foundation because I'm not looking for you to like me or not. I'm not looking for you to accept me or not. Another thing I learned was I have to become comfortable being seen. You know, I have to become, if I am going to be the person that I say I'm going to be, I have to be comfortable being seen by people for who it is that I truly am, which has driven me to cultivate a deeper sense of self and a deeper love for who I am as a person, good, bad. You know, I'm handsome. I'm very handsome, but I have flaws. You know, I'm very handsome, but I do have flaws. But just loving myself and pouring into myself, like the more I show up for myself, it just gives me that confidence. So now I'm just talking to people and I'm building relationships, and people are telling me these different things that they admire about me, to where it's just, I've just been pouring into myself so much. I've also learned like my tolerance, you know, my tolerance for myself in terms of bullshitting around, going out the window. And it has made me a little bit more agitated with the people that are around me that don't take themselves seriously, but I don't condemn them because I was very much in that space at a time, and I understand that it is not my place, nor is it right of me or just of me to judge somebody or sort of admonish people for not evolving at the same rate that I am. That's something I've had to understand and sort of cultivate a sense of empathy for other people, and understanding that as long as I've evolved, I just have to keep showing up, and hopefully what I'm doing can sort of trigger some sort of insight within these people that are around me that may be at a point that I was in the past, you know. But it's not my job to shit on people because I've evolved and I'm like, oh, look at y'all, like y'all down there still. Like, no, it ain't that, because I wouldn't want that sentiment reflected onto me by somebody that has surpassed me or somebody that exists ahead of me. You know, I would definitely want that sense of empathy, not sympathy though, like empathy, because I'm not like, no, I don't get no sympathy, especially when we're trying to do what we're trying to do. But I empathize with your situation, you know, as long as you're trying to change it, I empathize with that. But moving into this next year, you know, this is going to be my last year in my 20s, bro. I want to lock it the fuck in. Like, I'm finna go Kobe Bryant on you niggas. Like, the whole world, like I want the whole world to feel me. Now that I've come to a point where I'm comfortable with who I am, like, and really trusting my abilities. I've always had private confidence, but now all of the things that I'm doing is really building public confidence. Like, I've always known what I was capable of in private, you know, but I sort of hid my talents and hid myself from the world. But it's just, I'm looking at it and I'm listening to the things that I make, and I'm just observing who I am as a person, sort of looking at myself from like an out of body sort of perspective. I'm like, bro, that nigga, motherfuckers need to see that shit. Motherfuckers need to hear it, see it, experience everything that young man is building. Me being the young man that I'm looking at myself from the, you know. But I'm like, okay, now it's time for the world to feel me, you know. And I know I got my family behind me. I know I have a lot of people, a lot of you that are watching me behind me, you know. And it just feels good to know that I am being supported in my authentic expression of who it is that I truly am along this journey of life. Just trying to figure this shit out like everybody else, but we all just trying to figure this shit out at the end of the day. And I'm happy that I found myself in a place to be courageous enough to do that, you know. And even when it comes to like the family, like dynamic, or like the way it's set up, I'm one of the older cousins, you know, in my generation. And that goes back to that sense of responsibility. Like, my aunt told me some months ago, and she was like, you don't even realize how much they look at you and how much they like view you as this light or beacon, and how proud they are to just be like your relative. Because me, I just, like I said, I exist within my world, so I'm not thinking about it like that. But when she broke it down, it's like, yeah, you know, I really am happy to hear that, because obviously, you know, we do these things. I don't do these things solely for the recognition or for the validation of other people. But I mean, it does feel good when people tell you they see what you're doing. Like, even when I just left the club with my other cousins, I went out with them, and my cousin Octavia, she was like, I'm so proud of you. And those little moments go a really long way. They go a really long way, because it just lets you know that the people that love you are in support of who you are becoming and what it is that you're doing, and the steps that you're taking. Even though, you know, we all go through stressful situations, And they don't know everything that goes on in my life, the things that I go through. But I think just given all of our experiences, you can sort of assume that everybody's going through something. And to see people show up constantly, consistently, and whatever it is that they're doing is something to be proud of. And that's something that I've just learned within my own journey. And that's something that I've learned. I've gained pride within myself for like showing up continuously and doing the things that I say I wanted to do, holding myself accountable, doing the things that I said I was going to do despite feeling like it or not. You know, there are a lot of times I don't feel like going to the gym, and maybe I don't show up and give 100%, but I'm gonna show up for myself because I know that it is a chip at my confidence, and I know it is a chip away at my potential and the trajectory of my future self if I don't show up and do the things that I know I'm supposed to be doing. So this whole year, bro, it was really about, I didn't make any music. I made music, but I didn't release any music. I was focused on my grassroots show, which ultimately I had a revelation about that. I really needed to take a step back from that because I realized that I wasn't really giving my true gift the way I want to give it, you know, or the way I think it should be given. And like, it got to a point where I was feeling like this isn't what I should be doing because that's not what I necessarily want to do. And I wanted to stop it before it got to a point. I'll pick it back up like here and there because I definitely understand that I have a gift for creating space for people to feel safe. That's just, I don't know, maybe that's just, I don't know what that shit is about, but I definitely feel that I have a gift for that. And I think within this year was more so about me becoming who I truly am and being okay with that, and moving forward. With this next year going into 29, I just want to stamp that shit like, nigga, this me. I'm here. Nigga, the world gotta feel me in everything that I do, you know, because I know who I am. I know what I am. I know what I'm capable of. And I know that the dreams and ideas and goals that have been given to me by the Most High are not to be taken for granted. I know that I am right where I'm supposed to be along this journey. And I'm just grateful for this opportunity. I'm grateful for this experience of like fasting. You know, I fasted. I did a 40-day, but I did a lot of shit this year. I'm thinking about it like, damn, I started a show. I did a 40-day fast. You know, I did a lot of different things that are documented on this journey, on this channel. But it's like, bro, you know, I'm really proud of myself because I'm looking at myself as if I'm not me. And I'm like, bro, you was on some shit, bro. Like I did a lot of the things that I said I wanted to do this year. And I've overcome a lot of hardship this year and just gained a deeper sense of connection with myself and my creator and my family and moved away from certain people as well. Like being bold enough to stand on my boundaries and establishing boundaries in the first place. I think that's a lot of our problem, you know, because a lot of us have the tendency of being a people pleaser. So we have weak boundaries, if boundaries at all, you know. So niggas, I'm standing on that. Like, you not finna come over here and fuck up the shit that I got going on. Like, sorry for the profanity and shit, but niggas ain't finna come up here and fuck with what I got going on because I know what I'm supposed to be doing, you know, as a man and as a steward of the gifts that have been given to me. I forgot to text Aisha. Damn. I meant to text her at the same time I text everybody else. Fuck. I hate when I do that shit. I had hold up. Fuck, I hate when I do that shit. She ain't got no iPhone though. So I had scheduled everybody text message at 10:25 and I got to record and shit, I forgot. But yeah, bro, I did a lot this year. You know, I'm really just proud of myself. I'm proud of the person that I'm turning into, and I'm just happy that the potential that I see in the trajectory for my life, it continues to expand the more I indulge in my goals and really immerse myself in who I am as a person and my gifts, and not shying away from these things, you know, and not shying away from the talents and abilities that I have. And I just, this year, like, it was about that focus. And I really think I came to develop a deeper sense of self-love for who I am as a person, you know, and I'm very grateful for that. Like I said, I've been fasting, so obviously that comes with a certain level of clarity of its own. You know, if you're somebody that has fasted before, and I said I wanted to make sure I was doing the 72-hour fast leading up into my birthday. You know, I wanted to go into my birthday my birthday with the clean slate. I call it Infinity Day. If I've ever wished any of you happy birthday, I always use Infinity Day because, I mean, I was only born one time. I'm just using birthday in the context to which everybody understands it, but I like the term Infinity Day because it's all about us expressing ourselves within this infinite experience of life, you know. And I'm just here for now, you know. We're all here for now, but there is, like, we're gonna go somewhere else after, you know. So within this time, it's just marking the moment to which this infinite being came into this realm. That's kind of how I look at it. So I like to say Infinity Day. But yeah, bro, it's always good, you know. Birthdays have been weird for me, like, in general. Like, a lot of my birthdays, over the past few years, I've been building up the love for, like, my birthday and being open. That's something I also had to be open to, is like being celebrated. I think a lot of what I thought attributed to self-worth was like my accomplishment, which I still feel like I hold that to a degree, but I also just am coming to understand that I don't have to be perfect for anybody. I don't have to be perfect for anybody. I don't have to be perfect at all, because we are all imperfect people. And I think that so many of us stress out over that, trying to be these perfect people, when it's just like, bro, you ain't got to be perfect. We all got flaws. You know, you ain't got to be perfect. As long as you showing up and you being the best that you can be, your best self, and you're putting your best foot forward, then that's all it's about. And whatever flaws may exist with that, shit, fuck it, you know. Like, it is what it is at this point, you know, because we got shit to do. That's been my motto all year. I got shit to do. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, motherfucker be like, oh, you flawed, you do this. People aren't saying that, but from the lens of looking at the way we think people perceive us, you think people are counting or constantly paying attention to your flaws, which some people may, you know what I'm saying. If they are, they need to get a fucking life. But it's just like, bro, just show up, you know, and show yourself, show your character, and be all that you are, you know, within everything that has been given to you. Just be as authentic as possible, and do what you can to be the best that you can be. As you acquire new information, continue to evolve on that information, and be generous with that information so you can help others get through the same things that they're going through. That's one of the reasons why I started this channel, was to document it so that the people who come and find it can learn something from my experience, and hopefully find some sort of solace, and potentially learn from the mistakes that I expressed, that I've made along my journey. You know, that's what it's all about, teaching the next generation of people how they can make better with their circumstances, and ultimately creating circumstances that benefit them, you know, and benefit us in our present situations and the things that we are currently experiencing. So I'm just blessed, bro. I'm really just blessed. Like, I thank God all the time for making me the person that I am. Like, the journey that I'm on, the good and the bad, is something to be like cherished. You know, all of the shit that you went through. I was watching a video the other day, and I forgot, I don't know if it was a man or woman that said it, but it was like, think about all the hard shit you've been through and that you've gotten through. It's like, so you know you can get through the hard shit. So, I mean, when it's happening, you know, find joy in it, find a reason to keep going. Even like when I started this fast the other day with the water fast, you know, because I had juice. My last caloric intake was 3 nights ago at 10 p.m. and I had some juice. I had some juice, whatever. And I juiced a bunch of shit last night because I'm about to bang that shit tomorrow. But when I was praying, I was like, you know what, God, like, I can't do this, me. You know, I have to lean on the higher power that exists within me, you know, and that exists within all of us. And we have to lean on these things in our moment of question about our situation, you know, because a lot of the things that may seem challenging to you, are the obstacles that you may be enduring, whether they be intentionally or unintentionally. Because me fasting, nobody told me to do this shit. You know, nobody told me to do it. It was just something that I wanted to do, and I knew it was going to be hard, but I knew it was going to be to my benefit. So that's why I wanted to do it. But nobody was like, I don't have anybody holding me accountable for this. It was just something between me and my creator that I wanted to do, that I know was going to benefit me, and I know is going to cultivate a deeper sense of discipline. I've been getting a lot of compliments on that. It's just like, my discipline, my discipline, my discipline. And I understand what, you know, looking at myself, like I said, from the outside view, in comparison to the way most of the world lives. It's like, okay, if I were to look at this person, like, yeah, this person is disciplined, like, oh yeah. And I strive to be disciplined because I understand that rewards come from being disciplined. I wouldn't have got this hopefully it's at 10K by now. Like, my first 10K video, fuck it. But I wouldn't have got that. I know that motherfucker over 1,000 something likes though. And I'm grateful for that, but I wouldn't have got to that point had I not been disciplined and repeating the cycle, recording videos every day, batch recording, you know, doing these things over and over and over again for the sake of trying to build a platform, but not even solely for the sake of building a platform, more so for the sake of getting to know myself and getting comfortable putting myself out into the world, you know, and being comfortable being seen. It's like, bro, I look good, motherfuckers gotta see me. I sound good, motherfuckers gotta hear me. Feel me? So I think this year was more so about, the overarching theme of this year was just about getting back to myself, learning to cultivate a sense of love within myself through discipline and consistency and action, and intentionally being around those that love me. And I feel like the combination of all of those things, even I faced my relationship with my mom this year, which is a crazy thing. Like, me and my mom have never had I'm not gonna say I've never, but we've been through a lot. That's a big one. That's a big one. Like, that was something that I had to go out of my way to do. And like, I sat her down and we had a conversation and we sort of expressed our frustrations with one another. And which is, well, I'm really grateful for that, because nigga, who the fuck don't want to be close to their mom? Like, who the fuck don't want to have a relationship with their mom? But for the longest time, nigga, I was mad at my mom for a lot of the things that she did in the past. But I had to sort of humanize her and understand that a lot of the things that she did was coming from a broken place, but it was all within the pursuit of trying to provide for her family. My mom is a very loving person. She's very rough. Like, my mom is not like a dainty, like girly girl woman. Like, she's not like masculine, but she's very, you know, like, she's very like, she was the youngest of 6 or 7, was 6, 7 technically, but like the youngest of 6 because she lost a sibling very young. So she's very like, you know, like, if you know, you know, she's like very no nonsense though, like, but still a lady though. So a lot of her methods were very like direct and not very delicate. But given our situation, like losing my stepfather at when I was 15, you know, and then her losing her mother, like 3 years after that, you know, she's dealing with a lot of shit, you know, going through a lot of shit. So she's hurt, and you know what I'm saying, she's human. Like, how the fuck you supposed to deal with that? And I had to kind of get a grip of reality on that and sort of humanize her and understand that despite all of that shit, bro, she still made sure I went off to college, still made sure I was straight, never struggled, bro. I'll be the first to say, nigga, I ain't never felt struggle in my life until I became an adult, till I got out here on my own. I don't struggle like a motherfucker just being out here on my own, but like, nigga, I never felt a lack of, you know, and I'm just so grateful for that. And I want to even say thank you to my mother for that experience. Like, even though we was at odds for a long time, just attitude, she dealing with hurt, I'm going through puberty, all of this shit, and it's just like, bro, this motherfucker, she really getting on my nerves. She know how to work a nigga nerves, like, more than anybody. But it just, you know, it is what it is. Like, she love a nigga more than anybody too. And I had to understand that that's just coming from a place of like really wanting the best for her child, you know. And honestly, maybe not always knowing what's best, but just from her frame of reference, given what she knows about the world, because she don't know nothing about this YouTube shit or like whatever, you know, technology. She don't know that this is lucrative. She think job, da 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 da. So when she listen, I understand. When she's speaking, I'm listening, and I'm understanding that it's coming from a place of love. Maybe not a overarching understanding of the landscape of the world, but I know that it's all just coming from a place of her wanting the best for me. And I was grateful, like, me going to her house and sitting in the living room and us having that one-on-one conversation and really just getting to, you know, the hardest conversations always lead to some of the best breakthroughs, you know. So I was so grateful for that. And it's just like, bro, when I tell you that shit took so much off of my shoulders, bro. When I tell you, when I used to work at Kroger and I used to deliver, bro, I used to be stressed the fuck out every day thinking about the fact that I don't have a good relationship with my mom. And that shit used to bother me, like, bother me more than I can explain. But it's like, nigga, that shit took so much off of me when we had that conversation. It's like, okay, cool, now I can go into the world, like, cool, you know. I really felt the weight off my shoulders. And even like my biological father, like, me and him haven't really been close. I was raised by my stepfather, so like, I just helped him move the other day. And it's just like, bro, just humanizing both of these people, understanding that shit, they just as fucked up as the rest of us, you know. They just as going through the same stuff that a lot of us are going through. So it is what it is, bro. We all human, bro. I don't hold no anger towards it, because if I'm sitting here holding that anger, then it only affects me, you know, and I'm stressing myself out. Y'all know black men already be dying young through stress and a lot of other stress related ailments. So let me just alleviate myself with the stress, bro, and humanize these people, because they've all been through things that I don't understand. I was thinking about that at the funeral today. I was talking to my cousin. I was like, bro, it's crazy to think that all of these people. No, I wasn't even talking to my cousin. I was talking to this girl that I'm talking to now. And she asked me, like, I forgot what she asked me, but I had got to saying that it's crazy to think that all of these people had life experiences before you came along. Like, and it's just weird because, not weird, but I understand it now looking at my little cousins who I knew their parents before them. And me and their parents have had so many experiences that they weren't around for. But it's like now we're here to create new memories and just continue to develop on what we've built so far. So I'm just grateful to even like have that level of observance and awareness and just thought. You know, I really love who it is that I'm coming into being, and I love the person that I am. And like I said before, like throughout the good and the bad, like the shit that I go through, quietly and out loud, you know, I'm grateful for this path that God has put me on, and I'm grateful to be here even talking to y'all about this shit. Like last moments of being 28 years old, I'm about to go into 29 years. I was talking to my uncle. He talking about, damn nigga, he talking. He ain't say nigga, but he's like, damn, 29, you 29? Like shit, yeah, 29. It don't feel like it though. Like it doesn't. Like I said before, I don't really associate like things with like age in terms of like. I still feel like I'm just the same person, more evolved with more responsibility, intrinsic responsibility, so to speak, and motherfucking bills. This shit is hectic out here, but more so a responsibility to get closer to who I am and help my little cousins and just people in general, you know, like really coming into my purpose and understanding what it is that I'm supposed to be doing, giving this time that I have. So, bro, 28 was a fucking blast, bro. I've been saying this all day. Like 28 was great. 28 was great. 29 is mine. That's gonna be, I'm gonna make another video tomorrow and I'm gonna post it and shit just to commemorate my birthday because nigga, motherfucker gotta see me. I need them happy birthdays, motherfucker. Blow my shit up. I need 2 paragraphs from everybody. I need a whole essay, matter of fact. Tell me how much you love me. But yeah, bro, I've been saying 28 is great. 28 was great, but 29 is mine. Within this next year, bro, I want to take things to the whole nother level. I want to maximize myself. I want to see what the fuck I'm truly capable of by just locking in and dialing in. No compromise, you know, nothing getting in my way, and actually letting the world see who the fuck I am. That's what the fuck I'm on moving forward. You know, I hate to be cussing so much because somebody might try to clip this and put it in a motivational video, but that's what I'm on. That's really what I'm on at this time. So time is right now. It's 10:57. I was supposed to be in bed at 10 o'clock because I got to get up at 5 so I can go to the gym. But I really just wanted to make sure I got this out and uploaded it. But I thank all of you for being with me along this journey. And if I have anything else that I want to say, I'll just say it in the video tomorrow, like more reflection. And I'll talk about how I plan to attack the year next year. But yeah, bro, I'm just grateful for everything. I'm grateful for the growth within myself. I'm grateful for the love that I have around me. I'm grateful for the relationships that I've cultivated throughout this year. You know, I'm grateful to have the ideas like making animations and shit. Like, I made a whole animated title sequence for Grassroots, and that shit is fire. You know, and I just can't wait for people to see what I have, and I can't wait for the world to see who I am. You know, and not from a vain place, not for the sake of seeking approval, but to shine the gift that God has given me. So I'm just really grateful for that, and I'm grateful for this path, and I'm grateful for all of you watching this at whatever time you choose to watch it. You might be watching it 10 years from now, I don't know. But I hope you can extract something from the things that I've said, not only within this video, but within all the other videos. I often think back to that 50th video that I made where I was crying. And I'm like, damn, because that shit really meant a lot to me. You know, it really meant a lot in proving something to myself. And I think that that moment was very pivotal for my growth. You know, growing and holding myself accountable to a certain standard and doing what it is that I put my mind to, and ultimately following my dreams, which what is like the overarching theme of my life is just I want to follow my dreams and I want to truly live it. Michael Jackson said, the definition of a man is someone who makes their dreams come true. So that is why I live my life the way I do, in pursuit of making my dreams come true. Despite everything that I feel, fear, doubt, negative emotions, self-sabotage, I try to go as hard as I possibly can to make things happen in the way that God has called me to make them happen. And I think I did a pretty good job at that this year. And next year, I want to take it to a whole nother level. And I implore all of you to do the same, because you deserve it. You deserve to feel what I feel right now. This sense of confidence, this sense of self-assurance and self-love that comes with holding yourself accountable and doing the things that you said you were going to do. And I think everybody should be in pursuit of that feeling and just that sense of accomplishment within themselves and within their lives, because you are more than capable of doing whatever it is that you want to do. It wouldn't have come to you if you hadn't been blessed with the abilities and the skills and the tools to make it a reality. So that is something that I want everyone to take with them. To my family, I love you dearly. It was a great day today, like seeing all of you. Although we laid our dear Aunt Elma to rest, and I want my family to know that I love them all, and I'm with them. And a lot of the things that I do are driven by the thought of family and just wanting to create a better situation for all of us, and to inspire the next generation to be the best that they can be. That is something that sits on my mind and my heart every day, if not at all times. So thank all of you for watching this. I'm blessed. God willing, I'll wake up tomorrow at the bright, young age of 29 years old, and I can continue this path and continuing to do the things that I have been called to do and walking in this purpose. So thank all of you for watching. Yeah, bro, it's been a great year, and I know the next one will be even better. So thank you for watching. I done said it like 4 times, but thank all of you for watching. And I love all of you dearly, and I want you to love who you are and to really embrace the person that you have been called to be, despite what the world may tell you to be, despite the world's attempts and efforts to box you in and bog you down, to suppress your spirit in any level or capacity. Fuck that shit. Go after what you want and make it happen, because I'm a living testament that you can do anything you want, big or small. And I want to continue to be that, at the largest level possible, and continue to maximize my character, my avatar within this given time that I have here with all of you. So thank you again for watching. I am Nick Johnson, aka your favorite cousin. And if I haven't already, I officially welcome you all to the purple era. I will see you all at the age of 29.